Hello. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is another episode of Pickup Lines presented by Gamez Law Firm and Gamez Law Fights. Do you box?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. This is Leah Flores. So she boxes, among other things, but that's not why we're here. That's not what we're here to talk about. How about a little afternoon tea today? You just never know who's going to end up in the seat here. That's what I love about this show, and you never know what we're going to talk about. And today is one of those days where I think we're all going to learn. I know I'm going to learn a few things here. But this is Leah Flores, and you are the owner, operator, the big boss lady of laTEAda.
laTEAda, that's right.
Which we're in the Stone Oak area here, and we're in front of your place. Right off of, I exited Blanco, so it's like 1604 and Blanco. Is that what you tell people?
Right between Blanco and Stone Oak Parkway.
Okay.
Everybody kind of knows this as the Silos Shopping Center.
Yep, Silos right there. And it's 1604 is right behind us. You see the people zooming across.
Yes, they just fly right by.
Okay, but when they want tea, and as I just found out moments ago, you have so much tea in there. It's flavors I didn't even know existed.
Yes.
But we're going to get into all of that here in just a little bit because...
Okay.
I'm fascinated by your story. I've talked about this before. Educators. I have a place in my heart for educators. And before we get to that part of your life, let's go back to where it started. Because you grew up, or you were born and raised in Kerrville. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Kerrville, Bandera, Center Point, back to Kerrville. We were pretty much in the hill country throughout my childhood.
And why so much movement around?
Oh, no, it wasn't that much movement. We just kind of... I don't know. I guess my mom started off in Bandera. She had family there on the ranches, all in, horses and all that good stuff. She still rides horses. She's 82. Wow. She still rides horses today. So go, Mom. And yeah, we just moved around a little bit, mostly in Kerrville. I graduated from high school in Kerrville. And then I spent the last part of my teaching career at Tybee High School in Kerrville as an administrator. So that was really fun.
Did you ever teach Johnny Manziel?
No, actually, I think the year I arrived, he had just graduated.
Okay.
So I missed him.
Not that there aren't any other great antlers over the years, but he's probably one of, if not the most famous antler to come through Kerrville.
For sure.
Maybe he's watching this somewhere.
Hi,
but,
Johnny.
Hi, Johnny Football. But at any rate, so you're growing up in Kerrville. That experience. Did you expect to be coming to San Antonio at some point, or what was that like?
Let's see. So we went to college. My husband and I met in high school, and we're divorced now. But we had a beautiful marriage with 3 gorgeous kids, and ended up in San Antonio pretty quickly after we graduated from high school, and we both ended up in education. And he's a musician locally, El Toro, if you know of him. But he's a fantastic dad, and we kind of landed in San Antonio really quickly. Spent 20 years here, mostly in Northside ISD.
Okay.
I was at Clark High School, O'Connor High School, opened up O'Connor High School. So
Go Panthers!
It was awesome.
Yeah, once upon a time. And so, how long were you in education? Because you were an administrator, you taught.
Yeah, I was a teacher for 12 years, English, high school English, and then I transitioned to administration, and I did that for, I think, 20-something.
Wow.
I know, right? Time has just flown by.
Wow. And so, at some point, you decide, all right, I'm going to leave the educational field, or I've done what I want to do here. And did you know immediately you wanted to transition to tea, or was there something else on your mind?
Oh my gosh, I just fell into this like you're just classic, fell into a pit, basically. I just tripped, and there I was.
A tea pit.
Right, because you know how it is, ladies and gentlemen, when you say, I'm going to do this for 10 more years. I'm good. I love it. I always loved my job in education. I worked with some fabulous people. Hi, everybody. You know who you are.
Yes.
I worked with some fabulous people, and so I just figured I would just retire. But in Kerrville, there was a nobility. And it was so popular. It is
like
so
a tea
popular.
shop.
It's a tea shop.
Yeah, it's a nobility.
Nobility, right. And so that's actually how I started with this little situation. I went into a franchise with Nobility, and they got me all set up. But then we decided to part ways because a lot of their stores are in smaller towns.
Right.
So now here I am, flying solo. And trying to get this little plane off the ground as best I can.
With a little help from some of your family, I know.
Yes. My son-in-law is my manager, so it's a family business.
Right.
Everybody's been super supportive. and you're kind of looking at me out of the side of their eyes, going, "You don't know anything about business."
But you're technically his boss, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So
yeah, I'm his boss, and I'm sure he loves that. Last night I told him he should probably be in bed by 9:30, and I don't think he liked that.
Those
He's like, "Oh, I have a bedtime now."
Oh yeah, exactly. So laTEAda, again, you had a franchise and you decided to kind of go off on your own, and so now you've opened up your place, which I get laTEAda, and you capitalize the TEA.
Mm-hmm.
So the emphasis is on the T.
Little da on the end, and then T is really big in the middle. As soon as we get our sign changed, it's going to look amazing.
Yeah.
I was super thrilled to see that name had not been taken.
Really?
Yeah. So I got on, TexasGovernment.com and figured out that the name was available and put my little 2 cents on it. So now it's mine for at least 2 years.
Very good.
Exciting.
Very good. So T for 2 years at least.
At least.
How would you describe to people who are seeing this for the first time or haven't been to your shop yet? How would you describe what you have there?
Well, it's really fun. I know a lot of people loved Teavana back in the day. And so I like to say that we are a whole lot like Teavana, because I respected and love that company.
Right.
They brought, fabulous world-class loose leaf tea to us here in San Antonio.
Right.
And so that's kind of my exciting part of the store that I love is the tea, the loose leaf, the smells. It's amazing. Yeah. But on the other side of the aisle, we have awesome craft drinks. So a lot like our really good coffee friend who makes all those fun drinks, we also make fabulous tea-based drinks. And right now we have a really cool menu for the first of the year. So we've got the resolution, we've got the champagne toast, we've got the black-eyed teas. So yeah, we got a lot of fun names, a lot of fun recipes, and they are just delicious. And all of it made from scratch with the best possible ingredients. So it's nothing like a bubble tea store or anything like that where it's just, kind of chemicals and syrups and stuff. It's very, very natural. As natural as we can get it. Well,
people might see on the bottom of the screen. We'll get to this in a minute. This is like you brought some props here, and we have the saucer and the cup here, the teacup and everything.
Here's mine.
And you have your own. So we have tea for two, if you will.
Tea for two. Tea time.
It feels to me, I grew up with iced tea, the unsweet tea, the sweet tea, those kinds of things, cold brewed tea.
Right.
But I feel like it seems to me with the coffee shops that keep growing and the tea places that are growing and everything, and everybody has a Yeti or a Stanley cup or whatever those cups, like people just, there's a big interest in drinks right now.
Yes.
And a variety of drinks.
Well, of course, hydration is super important.
Right.
And I think everyone is finally starting to really focus on what they're putting into their bodies.
The health benefits.
The health benefits. Yeah. And, when you have something in a bottle that's been shipped across the country or across the world in a lot of cases, it's got some stuff in it. And, when you read those ingredients,
you can't pronounce.
You don't know what they are. There's the dyes, there's the chemicals, there's the sugars. So, the great thing about loose leaf tea is it does come from all over the world because that's where it's grown.
Right.
But it is just itself. There's nothing added except for maybe fresh fruit, fresh herbs, things like that. So it's a completely different animal. It's never bottled, never shipped in that way. So it's pretty amazing. And I always like to talk about back in the day, like in the 80s.
Yes.
I'm sure you remember the 80s, right?
I do remember. I'm a child of the 80s, yes.
Good times.
Yes. Radical.
Yeah, dude. Right on. What was the sayings back then?
Radical. Get our Swatch watch in a little while and everything, and our jellies.
My parachute pants.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
So back in the 80s, if you recall, no one had ever heard of a latte.
That's true, yeah.
Or a cappuccino or espresso. We really didn't know what that was.
Right.
And so similarly, the tea shops these days are bringing that wealth and world of knowledge that the rest of the world has been enjoying for centuries.
Right.
Asia, London, of course. England is famous for their teas and their love of tea.
Yeah.
So it's all over the world, and America, again, is just kind of catching up right now. So, I'm thrilled to bring something brand new and delicious and healthy.
Love it. This is Leah Flores here, the CEO, operator, manager, boss, etc., of laTEAda. Here again, 604 Blanco area. You said it's like the Silo shopping center.
It's called
area.
Ventura Plaza, but I'm not sure how many people actually
The Silo
know
is
that.
walking distance. It's right over
yeah.
there. So, and I walked in a minute ago to your shop, and I saw, among many other things, you have teas on tap.
Yes.
Like a row of taps.
Yes, we do.
And people, you can mix and match and whatever you want to
So
do.
if you like that old feeling of coming in and just drawing yourself a drink,
Yeah.
you're going to get that right here.
I love it.
And the cool thing is, for example, our coconut tea is off the charts. It is so delicious. Not artificially flavored like some coconut teas.
What?
Actual pieces of coconut are in that tea, and it brews, and the tea and that natural coconut flavor comes right through. So I like to draw myself with some coconut and draw myself half mint, both unsweet.
See, I love unsweet.
I love unsweet.
I take heat sometimes from people who say, because I don't put anything in my tea when I have no lemon, no sugar, nothing. So I didn't even know coconut tea existed.
I can't wait for you to try it. It's so good.
I can't wait to try it myself. All right, so we'll get to the demonstration here. You've brought we have a couple of saucers and cups.
Yes.
And what is this that you have here?
This is one of my favorite little guys. This is a steeper, and it drops with a tension plate.
Like a hot or no? Yeah, there's like a little plate on the bottom.
Anyway, I'll think of it in a minute. But this thing is so much fun because you don't have to cram your loose leaf into some little gadget and have it falling all over the place.
Oh.
Right?
I almost want you to pour that in the car, just all over the car, so my car will smell like that. Yeah, exactly.
So all I did was toss the loose leaf in here. I added the hot water, and then I just let it set. Now, this is a rooibos tea. I'm very excited about rooibos tea because rooibos tea is naturally uncaffeinated, so you can have it at night, and it doesn't have to be processed or anything has to be done to it. It's a natural African tea bush, and it is naturally decaf, and it is extremely anti-inflammatory. So, as you know, Ernie, everything we're dealing with these days has to do with inflammation. If it's our stomachs, if it's our joints, our heads, everything, all the aches and pains that we're usually dealing with have to do with inflammation. So this rooibos tea, which is so delicious, is also about anti-inflammation. So I'm really excited.
Oh, well, let's do this.
Now, I put a little honey in the bottom of our cups, and this is the
it comes out of the bottom.
This is the magic part. Pressure plate.
What?
You see that?
Okay, so instead of pouring out like a traditional...
instead of pouring it out. And then you could be real fancy and just set it on top of your cup.
Get the heck out of here.
And it just fills it up, and you are set to have a lovely cup of tea.
I love it. So people can buy this here?
Yes.
Hold on a second.
Uh-oh, we dripped.
You're good. No. I have a little towel here. I have a little towel. So what is this called again?
This is called a steeper.
I want people to see.
Yes.
And you can see all the little goodness inside the steeper there.
Yeah, and this particular tea doesn't have to be dropped, we call it.
Yes.
A lot of teas, when people say they don't like tea, it's usually because they have had a really bitter, over-steeped.
Right here. Yes, cheers to you. Let me get...
And I put a little honey in the bottom.
No, cheers to you. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, so smooth.
I could have used this yesterday.
Oh, my gosh.
And the day before when
So
it was
good.
50 below zero and I was chilling inside my house. I imagine... I'm serious. This is fantastic.
Isn't that amazing? It's like nothing else. It's really like nothing else.
But I seriously would have loved to have had this earlier this week, and it's going to get cold again.
Oh, it is so good. People come into the store constantly, and they're like, well, can I have it cold? Heck yes. So when we do cold tea, we just use this very same steeper.
Yeah.
So everything you're going to have at laTEAda is completely fresh brewed, and we're going to use the same thing, but instead of putting it on a little cup, we're going to put it over a glass of ice.
Oh my
gosh. And so it just pours directly over the ice, and then we add more ice to make sure it's not too watery.
Like just visually, that's fun to watch.
It's so fun.
Just,
yeah. And you can imagine at home, it's just such a treat.
It's going to get cold again here pretty soon, so...
Oh my gosh. And then the summertime, of course, it's just like the most refreshing thing you could ever have. We've got herbals. They're super tangy and delicious. So yeah, and again,
so
no
I'm
caffeine.
guessing the variety of teas is just unlimited, or it's just like how many Too many to count?
Yeah, well, we have like 60 different teas. I'm getting new teas every day. We have turmeric. We have, which is so delicious. You can eat the little apples out of the tea after you brew it. So yummy. Oh, you downed that pretty quick.
I'm not messing around because I see your son-in-law is walking over here. Your son-in-law is walking over here.
Jason.
Hi, Jason.
We're having fun.
We're having great fun.
Awesome.
This is
what is
a gift
this?
for you.
What is this?
So
Thank
this
you,
is
Jason.
the other end of the spectrum. So this is one of our teas. It's called the Champagne Toast.
What? It's like multicolored too.
Yeah, we always put toppers on our teas. Super fun.
So what am I getting here?
So the cool thing that you were just asking about all the flavors. Well, the Champagne Toast is actually a mixture of two fabulous teas. So we've got Jasmine Pearl and Peach Bellini, which are two, a white tea and a green tea. So both super healthy, antioxidants, hydrating, waters your cells basically. And this little guy is added with a little bit of freeze-dried strawberries for a little tang, some extra peach flavor, and then a vanilla cold foam on the top, which just drains into it. So good.
Okay, so I just need a moment to process everything you've just said and to prepare myself to drink this, because I've never had this. I didn't know it existed. It's beautiful presentation.
We're surprising Ernie right now.
So people are chiming in right now, Leah, and they're asking, while I sip on this, they're asking for your address. People who want to come over here. So go ahead and give your address and give them directions, please.
Okay, so this is at 434 North Loop 1604 West. And it is, looks like I have it. Oh, no, we got
no, that's my wife says she needs this right now, by the way.
Oh my gosh, it's
this
so
is your
much
wife. Bernard is asking for your address. Veronica says, I can't wait to go. My wife, Tammy, says, I need this.
Oh, it's so good.
She's going to fight me for this here in a little while.
You guys, I am so excited to bring this to San Antonio. Y'all have no idea. I am so excited because as an educator, I just love helping people, making them feel good, and this is all about it. Okay.
I will post the address, by the way, too, because people are asking for the address. So when we're done here in a little bit, I'll post the address.
434
one more time.
North Loop 1604 West, and we're right on the corner, right by Dorothy's Dance.
There it is. Okay, so what is this called again?
This is called a Champagne Toast.
Champagne Toast.
Jasmine tea, peach Bellini.
You got to be kidding me. That is fantastic.
Is that the best thing you've ever had?
It's so good, but this is the thing. Like, in my ignorance, I, again, would never know to ask for this or even know that this was possible or this existed. You know what I mean?
That's right.
That's
why that's what we spend all of our time doing. Jason and the guys, the kids that work for us, they spent all day yesterday coming up with new drinks. We have a pink drink, as it's known, and that's going to come out on February's menu. And it's going to be
for
better,
Valentine's and everything.
Better than the pink drink that you may already know. We improved upon it.
Barbara says, love their chai, best I've ever had.
Oh, that's true. The chai. I forgot about the chai. Okay, so the chai is sweetened with honey. It's amazing. It's very light. We mix it with, we have peach cobbler chai. We have a s'mores chai. We have a...
Leah, you're killing me in a good way.
Oh my gosh.
In a good way.
It's so fun. And it's so healthy, you guys. Like, you don't have to put, a slushie. And the kids, oh my gosh, we love to treat the kids. We have a little play area. For the littles to come in.
I see that you have an event. Veronica's asking if you have a drive-through, and I don't think you do. But no. I'm literally parked 30 yards away from the front door right now.
Well, that is the best part about this. And I mean, if you know Ventura Plaza and you go to K. Charles, or you go to Costa Pacifica, or you love Nursery Couture, or you love Dorothy's Dance, or you love Pilates 1604, so many great businesses in here. Silos, known as, of course, just fabulous. But the great thing about it is, there is no HEB in this center. There is no specs. Like, this is a quiet, you feel like you're in a small town. You feel like you've come to a small town cafe. Like, it is not a big, giant, parking lot where you're searching for a parking space.
I found a spot right away. It's shaded, by the way. Mm-hmm. So I was going to mention going inside, and I saw flavored popcorns in there and other things as well. But you have an amazing event space. You can host tea parties, baby showers, events, corporate meetings, those kinds of things.
Yeah, if you go on our Instagram page, you're going to see all the photos from the baby shower that we had, from the bridal showers, the birthday parties. We partner with Extreme Escape
right
upstairs. We have a party space for anybody who does a party in Extreme Escape. Just super fun. The kids love it. The adults love it. Everybody loves it. And we have fabulous pastries and sandwiches from Old World Bakery. Uwe's place, if you've ever heard of Uwe, he used to have a fabulous restaurant, and now he does exclusively delivery bakery items. So I am one of the lucky few in San Antonio who have Uwe. And, are you ready for this? Bun Teas. So Bun Teas is a brand new store. Bundt cakes, cookies. They're kind of like crumble, except so good.
Yes.
And they are way down in Shanefield. So David Nolan was like, you know what? I want to have a presence in this area in Stone Oak. I want people to have my cookies. And so here they are. They're at laTEAda. We have all the flavors.
So somebody was asking, Stella, I believe it's Stellita's asking the name of it's laTEAda. So L-A and then the word T-E-A and Da, D-A. And we're right here in the corner, but right by Silo. I said, Costa Pacifica.
And my Google page is working, but for some reason still when you type in laTEAda, it doesn't really want to come up. It comes up on the Google Maps, but it doesn't come up everywhere. So it's a little bit,
the website is laTEAda.net. Right? So laTEADA.net, laTEAda.net.
Yes.
And that gives you a better look. There's pictures and an idea of what you have here. And it's so many different things. You could come here every day this month and get something different every day.
I always tell people, you can come every day for the rest of your life and never have the same thing twice. Literally. Because we can mix 2 teas, 3 teas. We can do, and all these teas that are healthy for you, the immune boosters, the wellness teas, the herbal teas. There's so many I can't even list them all. And the great thing is now that I am independent, I can literally order tea from any tea company in the world.
You want.
And so I'm going to be having new flavors all the time.
I love it.
And I am so excited, you guys. I can't wait for y'all to see this and smell it. My grandson says it's the old factory tour. Of course, it's the old factory tour. But
olfactory. I get it. A feast for the senses. I see what you did there.
It is a feast for the senses. It's a great date night too. You guys can come in. You can bring your significant other. Y'all can explore everything. Sit down and have a lovely tea. I do tea tastings on Sundays. For anybody who wants to come in at 2 o'clock. And then I also do tea tastings for groups. If you want to book one, I'll do it anytime. We do 5 different teas. You can get kind of introduced to oolongs and introduced to greens and introduced to pu'er and rooibos and all the things that you may not have.
Rooibos is what we just had.
Rooibos is so good. Oh.
But did I not tell you? We're going to learn something today. We're going to learn a lot about teas because there are so many different varieties and oh
my gosh!
Where did it go? Where did it go?
That was fast.
It's in here.
Did you taste the strawberries?
I did. I told you. I was like, you think I'm kidding? I love this. This is really good.
So good. It's so good. And we have another one called Black Eyed Teas, which is a mixture of dark chocolate chips. It's going to have a nice oolong coconut tea called the Tiki Hut. And
I love it.
Yes, and then we put in some espresso and some extra coconut. So you're getting this and it's all in a frappuccino. So you get to have the slushy effect, but with the beautiful healthy tea.
And you're not going to find these drinks at those other places necessarily. That the ones I'm talking about.
This is 100% San Antonio original.
I love it. I love it. So let me ask you this: you had a successful career teaching and education and everything. I'm sure you loved it. You have to have a passion in order to do something like that.
Yes.
Now that you're in this chapter of your life, the entrepreneur, the boss, the business, how can you compare the two, or what is giving you more satisfaction, or how you would describe the two?
I mean, it's super similar because, when you're in education, you got to think of everything as a partnership. Because it's not cutthroat in education. Nobody's trying to get ahead. I mean, you can only get ahead so much. They decide how much we're going to make, and that's it. So it's not like we're in it. We're not battling for the next raise or the next promotion. We're all literally in it as a cooperative. Yeah. We work together. We support each other. So that's my whole 30 years of work has just been about supporting kids, supporting teachers, making sure that the discipline in the classroom was there so that the teachers can teach. Yeah. If any of my old teacher friends are out there, give me a shout out, because I was kind of known as the you know, I'm gonna make sure there's a tight ship.
So I was going to ask, were you a very strict?
I was pretty strict.
Or were you a lenient, you know, super likable, very popular teacher?
I could turn it off and on. And and you got to know in education that to avoid all that, you got to keep the kids engaged, keep them interested, keep them happy, keep them what's the word? I guess engaged, and just keep them excited about learning.
Right.
If you're not doing that, you're going to have problems. So it's the same thing here. Like every day, I'm just like super excited to show people the teas, and I keep thinking to myself, am I ever going to get tired of this? Like I'm like, every time I'm
You're
just
still
like,
teaching,
smell
though.
this one. Oh, smell
You're
this
still
one.
teaching. That's the thing.
And, and those of you who've been in the shop, you know, you can testify that I'm pretty enthusiastic.
I think it comes through on camera. It comes through on camera. A couple more minutes here with Leah. I wanted to ask you about that moment, whenever it happened, or if there's a story attached to it, where you were sitting in a room or whatever, and you finally decided. I talk about the comparison of jumping out of an airplane. Like when I left the TV station, I jumped out of the airplane, and you can't go back in the plane. What was that moment when you said, all right, I'm all in on the tea, let's do this?
Oh my gosh. Well, even going from teaching to administration was a big leap for me.
Okay.
And I had some great role models, you know, like Jerry Berger, who's the principal at Brandeis. She and I were neighbors.
Yes.
We were classroom neighbors.
Wow,
and
okay.
I saw her going into administration, and I was like, gosh, you know, Jerry's so awesome, and could I do that too, maybe? And you know, and I was able to do it, and I took that leap of faith because I was ready for a change.
Yeah.
And then with the entrepreneurial thing, I mean, I am winging this, ladies and gentlemen. So help a sister out. This is what I know. I know it's a great product.
Right.
I know it's so good for us. I know it is. It's a whole new world. And I think we're all ready for a whole new world because I know I'm tired of the same old, same old. I used to make myself my very own cappuccino every single morning.
Right.
And now I'm drinking almond amaretti black tea with honey and almond milk. What? It's so good. It's so good.
It's crazy. and I bet you're like a mad scientist sometimes.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Mixing and trying different things.
And then we discover a new drink, and then we see that look on our clients' faces when they come in, and they're like, this is so amazing.
Probably the face that I made a little while ago when I was sipping on these drinks.
Yes.
Well, I know, I'm just thrilled that I can see the enthusiasm you have and you just the passion behind everything. And it's so much fun to walk in there and see your place and kind of all the different things you look and you're like, oh my gosh, you have this, and then you have this over here. I really want to encourage people to come and learn, sample, try different things, and just get to know more about what you and your family are all about.
Yeah, I have a free tea class today at 5 o'clock.
What?
And tomorrow at 5 o'clock-ish, you know, depending on traffic. We'll do hands-on tea brewing. We'll get introduced to all the teas. We'll talk time. We'll talk temperature. We'll talk taste. We'll talk everything, and all the mysteries will be solved, and you will be ready to have your very own tea adventure in the comfort of your own home whenever you want. So if you're free today, come by around 5. We'll be doing a tea class. And tomorrow around 5, we'll be doing a tea class. And so keep up, like Instagram, laTEAda.
Follow Leah on Instagram. How many tea puns do you come up with all the time?
Oh, all the time. Black eyed teas. Come on,
yes.
That's good. I was pretty excited about that one.
I like the possibilities are endless.
Yep.
See what I did there? Listen, this has been so entertaining and delicious at the same time. And I get so much satisfaction seeing people like you taking that risk or that chance and going all in on something that you're passionate about, and you can see kind of the end result of all that and how delicious it is.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe you drank that so fast.
It went fast. It went really fast.
So good. It's a little bit of everything. You got your cream, you got your fruit, you got your...
So I can tell my wife and kids I had fruit today. Being good. laTEAda. So again, L-A and then T-E-A and then da. laTEAda.net is the website. In 1604 at Blanco, you can come find Leah and her crew right here. Stop by or host an event here, whatever the case may be. Try the classes, the tastings on Sundays, et cetera, et cetera. Make a date night out of it, as you said.
Mm-hmm.
So much. I'm so happy for you.
Oh, thank you
and
so
thrilled
much.
to meet you and happy that you made time today.
Oh, I'm so happy that you made time. I really appreciate you helping helping me get the word out.
No, I'm trying.
If nobody knows about it, nobody can enjoy it. Nobody can benefit from it. So.
All right, so everybody who was here, come to laTEAda and tell Leah that you saw it here on Pickup Lines.
See, and then we'll give you a treat. We're going to do 20% off for our first timers coming in and talking about, or even if you're not a first timer and you saw us, 20% off your first purchase.
Wow.
And then we have fabulous loose leaf. So you buy 2 ounces. Let's give you one for free.
I love it. Look at this, Leah, just making deals, making it happen.
Dealing.
I love your enthusiasm. It's so great to meet you and everything.
Thank you so
and
much.
Continued success.
Thank you.
Here's so many years of delicious teas and other drinks. So
every month there's a brand new menu.
laTEAda, all right? laTEAda on laTEAda.net. All right. Leah Flores right here. Come see her very soon. All right, there you have it. Another episode of Pickup Lines presented by Gamez Law Fights. I am full now and high on life right now with this amazing tea.
Yay.
Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you
all right.
so much.
We'll be back tomorrow with another episode right here. Don't go away. We'll have more to come very soon here on Pickup Lines. Take care.